Hey, what's up, guys? So I just finished putting this thing back together. Everything is working, everything is fine. I was very impatient with this installation. If you're curious as to why, it's going to be explained somewhere in the video. Before we actually start the video, I forgot the front camera at first. I was just having one of those days. This is a very well built device. Having opened it and swapped the panels, I'm really impressed at how well it is built. However, I will say this much: it is not an easy device to service. There's a lot of glue, there's a lot of tape, and the screws are not necessarily all the same size, at different layers of opening this device. Now, I realize that a lot of people will watch this video because they want to see what it's going to look like to change the sticks from ALPSs to Hall sensor sticks. You do have to remove the two black plates, and then from there you could just remove the sticks. So it's really not that hard. Most important recommendation that I would have if you happen to open it: draw the device on a piece of paper, punch your screws where they're supposed to go. This way you know that you have the exact screw for when you put it back together. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully that will be a nice watch. Thank you. So today we're going to be working on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. The one I received has a line, an horizontal line that goes all the way from left to right when on specific colors, and it just creates that line of dead or tired pixels. I don't really know what causes this, but it's very disturbing. Like, you cannot not see it. As soon as the right color hits it, it just ruins your whole experience. So I reached out to Retroid, I showed them the pictures. They were very kind to send me a new panel. They also sent a new screen protector, this unit right there, which is essentially the whole panel, and it has even some buttons already attached to it. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. By the way, guys, if you've seen the video that I did for the GPD Win Max 2, you will notice that I added a third angle, a third camera, right there. Let me know what you think about that angle. I always do this thing regardless, because there's always the little micro thing that you think there's nothing, but then there is. I usually go one on each end, and then in case I need it, one on a side. Moment of truth. About right, and just one swipe in the middle. Yep, perfect installation. Very important after you're done installing, when you remove these, always inside out. I just realized my front facing camera wasn't working this whole time. So back to what I was saying, my hair looks different. Why? Because I was shooting a skit and I decided to stop that video in the middle of it because I didn't feel like it anymore. When you're having one of those days where it feels like nothing is working the way you want it to work? That's the kind of day I was having. I'm not sure. I feel like I need to get something in there, but it's such a tight seal. Good job. That's actually a good thing. And any other situation, I would be very happy about that seal. Oh, yay. Okay, got it here. So we started next to the micro HDMI or mini HDMI. I'm not sure which is which that one is. Okay, so just pulling this to the side. There you go. That shouldn't do it. Push. You know what? I cut my fingernails just earlier today. Okay, all right, that should do it. Okay, so we have this completely off, so that's perfect. It seems like it's just going to be moving the whole unit to the other shell. That is going to stay here based off of the other one. Yeah, I'm not going to have a choice. Okay, so let's go with this little panel first. Oh, these ones are smaller even, so let's make sure that we remember these four. Again, I'm not sure necessarily that all of this is essential, but we're doing it. Doing it, guys. So by the way, we just removed these two, and now we just removed these four. So I'm just gonna remove this one, and that should remove the black panel. Okay, what is this? Oh, okay, so this is just small tape, nothing to worry here. And this should also come out, but it doesn't. So what is that? Is there paste under this? Well, if anything, let's see if we can just remove these screws and take the board off. If it is the case, you know, that should be enough. And we're starting to see a lot of different screws here. I need to make sure I remember. Okay, so you know what? Right from the get-go, of course we're going a little deeper with this device, but as far as the panel, just changing the panel, it's actually more work than I expected. Not necessarily a bad thing, not necessarily difficult so far. We're just unscrewing things, but it's not as, you know, there are some devices you just have a quick glance and you know what you need to do to get to where you need to go. I find that this device is a little more challenging to understand what goes where. It's also a smaller device, so it's not surprising in some ways. Okay, can I remove the unit now? Seems well stuck in there. Okay, I just saw another screw, so I really have to remove this. There's no... Oh... yeah, that's what it is. Now I know why this wasn't coming off. It was that little R. I guess you guys don't see it, huh? It was that little R right there. I was feeling resistance under there. Figured there's gotta be a screw, and I'm pretty sure I'm not seeing it yet. Yep, here it is. That's why this is officially 20 screws so far. This is a lot of screw. So it is not, I mean, it does feel like a heat shield. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but it is not guarding, you know, it's not a heat sink. Okay, so that's why this wasn't coming off. So we still have 1, 2, 3 screws that was under this thing. And I would expect that after those screws are removed, everything should come off easily. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. And we have different height screws in there. Bye. This is gonna be a pain to put back together. Usually I try to lift the device because I hate the thought of applying pressure on like the sticks and buttons, but it's not always feasible. Okay, so it's definitely, it seems like it's, oh, there's another screw here, but I think this is just a separate board altogether, so it shouldn't matter, but I'm still gonna have to undo it because we will be installing it, and the other one. Again, a lot of different sizes screws. Right, so we're gonna start undoing some of those ribbon cables. So let's remove this one. So this is the buttons. So we're gonna start bringing them over. So this is a very easy swap. One and done. You have those little feet, I guess I could call them. I might redo when I get the Hall sensor sticks that I ordered. I think they are the sticks that are going to be used for the GPD Win 4. They're also used for Joy-Cons. My understanding is they would work in this as well because it's the exact same connection essentially. And housing. So there's really no reason why it wouldn't fit. Did I not lift the thing? Let's not take any chances. It's gonna be a little hard to see, but I'm just pulling this out like so. So here we have one of our analogs. Oh, and there's that little square. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna move it over. Put this aside. Move this over. And this is a much bigger operation than I had anticipated. Because again, I thought I was just gonna swap a panel. I mean, I knew that I was gonna have to go deeper, but I'm not gonna go all the way in because this is not priority right now. But we have the screws. We know what's going there. I swear this is bothersome. I'm not used to having my hair that way, and it keeps falling in front of my face. Let's see. Okay, so this is the screen right under this. So let's lift that ribbon. That one was the sister board that we just removed. Why is this not coming off? Alright, I guess I have no choice. It's not as bad as I thought. And this is like the backboard. We don't need to touch this thing technically. Why is this not coming off then? It's like it's glued or something. Is that really what is? Is it glue? It seems like it is. I mean, it doesn't feel like I'm about to break something, so I don't want to pry it too hard because the goal is to change the panel, not to, you know, no longer have a unit. Okay, we got it. I think. What else? What else? Are these glued as well? Oh my god, there is so much glue on this thing. Okay. And now here we have what is most likely a little rumble motor. And I would expect that this is glued as well. I mean, at this point, what isn't? The good news is there's just enough give to kind of twist and turn. I don't know if it's going to be hard, actually. So what I'm doing right now, I'm going here, right here, and I'm just turning like so to get the glue unstuck. So I'm just gonna do this. So what I'm doing, where I was just turning to sort of undo the adhesive, I'm going underneath with my prongs to pull it up. I'm gonna try to show you guys. Again, sorry for all the things in the way. We're just going like this underneath and just pulling up. And yeah, I don't know if you guys will probably not hear, but I'm hearing the adhesive right now. So we're just gonna put this aside for now, and I'm just gonna start putting some things in here, especially this right here, while the adhesive might still adhere. Okay, so the rumble motor is in, or what I'm pretty sure is the rumble motor. And everything else should follow. So you know what, we're just gonna put this up where this should go. So if I remember correctly, this was like this. I'm being a little messy with it, honestly. This is not my best work. I'm gonna press them a little bit because they were glued as well. So we are in. See here where the power button is, there's kind of a little bit of a cushion, I guess. I don't know what to call it. So we're just gonna make sure it's pulled back a little, as it should be, to protect around the button. All right, now that clicks. Okay, so now that this is done, everything is in position, the speakers, the battery goes there, but we still have to get the other board. So before doing all that, and still need to get the ribbon cable that is right here. So before we do all that, I'm gonna connect this one. I probably should have done that before moving it, but it should be fairly doable. I just need to angle myself nicely. Voila. So really the only thing that is left for us to do is getting that ribbon cable and getting that sister board. And the rest is history. Like we said earlier. Now before putting the battery, so that's why I'm not sticking it. Before putting the battery, we'll have to run that ribbon cable that is underneath. Right, so now that this is undone, I'm going to try to take it all as a unit. Might as well. I don't feel like overcomplicating things. Okay. Yellow up top. Red here. Blue here. And green here. Off to the sides. Like so. Ah. Small one is in the corner. Small little feet. Insert the membrane. Insert the membrane. Insert the brain. I'm going crazy. Alright. Let's move this off to the side once more. And, oh, before I forget, let's get this as well. Okay, bada bang and bada boom. Let's push it in. It's in. Okay. Analog goes in, and the sister board. Again, because I'm really low on time, I have about 9 minutes of recording time up top. I'm just gonna power it up, make sure everything works once this is done. And I'm gonna finish getting it back together off camera. I mean, logically speaking, I should not need it to test that the panel is working, but might as well connect it. Boom. And the last thing that's left is this cable right here. Now, really, the only thing that I'm concerned with this device, I don't think it's going to be a problem, but the fact that they use so much adhesive, and oh my god, are you serious? This, I was pulling at it and this ribbon cable is also glued. There is glue, guys. Glue. It's not focusing, huh? There's glue everywhere. So much glue. Prying this, there is a fair chance that the ribbon cable is gonna rip. So the best thing to do is to use just a little bit of heat. So I was wondering, why am I so impatient today? Like, why am I feeling like that? And I started doing intermittent fasting today. That's for sure, that is why. My head is fuzzy. All I can think about is eat, eat, eat. Don't do what I'm about to do. If you're doing this kind of servicing to your device, you should use some sort of heat. So either those pouches that you put on to undo the adhesive, and then it's going to come out fairly easy, or use a heat gun, heat it up a little bit, and pull it off. My heat gun is somewhere in boxes, and I don't feel like searching. So I'm just going to pry gently at it. There's a chance that it's going to come undone, and if that happens, it's pretty much done for. I'm gonna have to get a new ribbon cable, and shopping for ribbon cables is not impossible. It's not fun. I'm not guaranteed to find what I need. So let's hope. So I'm gonna try to sort of scrape from underneath rather than pulling, or at least doing both at the same time to kind of up my odds to not damage. But I can feel this is well, like this is seriously glued. Oh, are you serious? I guess pulling it from the other side fixed it. Okay. I don't know how expensive ribbon cables are, but assuming that they aren't, if this is something you could include, Retroid, that would be great. So now logically, everything is connected. So now, I mean, of course I have to, there's a lot of screws I have to put back, but the device should work. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna power it, make sure it works, stop the video, maybe take some fresh air and come back and put this thing back together. All right. No. Oh, was it powered this whole time? Wait, what? Anyways, everything works, and I can confirm the line is gone. The line is gone, guys. It worked. Here, this would do it. No more lines. Everything is working. We have a functional device. So now I have to finish this installation. Sorry if my impatience came across today. This is gonna be very interesting to edit. So, okay, for a second there, I was worried that I did not capture the third camera. Guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.